So now's the time where we get to laud our two, as I mentioned earlier, Lifetime Achievement Award winners. And you know, the hurricane's been mentioned a lot tonight, and to be honest, it's going to continue to be mentioned in our community for a long, long time. But I did want to point out in my letter to the editor for this issue, I did quote Dean Hardy as to explain a little bit about why we had two instead of one Lifetime Achievement Award winners this year. And I thought it was pretty profound statement that he made. If this year taught us nothing, it's to recognize those who are most important to us now as opposed to waiting for another year. So with that in mind, I have the great honor of introducing you all to our first of two Lifetime Achievement Award winners this year. So Dr. Robert Andrews, who's right here. Dr. Andrews turns 98 years young in January. I know, right? And he spent the majority of his lengthy career caring for patients in southeastern North Carolina. He arrived here in Wilmington as a young physician in 1958 and practiced until the age of 82. So we should all be asking him what the secret is before we leave tonight. Dr. Andrews, his impact was felt both on the individual level, starting with the 300 babies that he delivered in Wilmington. From the individual level to the systematic level. For example, developing Cape Fear Hospital's cardiology department. But no matter what the task, Dr. Andrews has long been recognized in our community for his passion for medicine and the kindness he extended to all. So tonight, I want to share with you a little bit about what his colleagues and patients said about him. Dr. Chris Cosgrove of Intracoastal Internal Medicine had this to say about Dr. Andrews. Dr. Andrews was well known for his kind and gentle demeanor, which was not only extended to his patients, but also to hospital staff. I remember when I came to town in 1997 to start the hospitalist program at Cape Fear Hospital. So a quick side note before I throw Dr. Cosgrove under the bus. You have to realize hospitalist is not what it is today. So in 1997, the term barely existed. Only a year earlier was the first time it had ever even been published in the New England Journal of Medicine. So keep that in mind. I remember when I came to town in 1997 to start the hospitalist program at Cape Fear Hospital. I had no physicians to use my service initially and was only able to get patients to take care of through the unassigned call schedule at the ER. After my first week, I got a call from Dr. Andrews, who invited me over to his office, which was behind Cape Fear Hospital. He helped me to become established by being the first physician to entrust me with the hospital care of his patients. Dr. Andrews is a living gem to Wilmington medicine and the community. Dr. Andrews served as president of the New Hanover Pender Medical Society and remained active with the group throughout the years. During his 60-year career, he extended his care to whole families, many of whom still remember his work today. For example, Bob Warwick said, "I have known Bob for 60 years. He has been my personal physician, delivered my son in 1959, and served as a physician for my parents. He has been a doctor who dedicated his life to the service of his patients and the well-being of our community." Dr. Andrews, thank you for your contributions to the Wilmington area medical community. Thank you for all the work you've done for the patients over these decades, and congratulations on receiving this Lifetime Achievement Award. To accept the award on behalf of Dr. Andrews is his son, Bill Andrews, who I would like to have present the award to.
At 97, Dad's vision is not good and his voice is not strong, so he asked me to read his remarks. These are his remarks, though. He and my sister Karen wrote these. I would like to thank Dr. Ann Allen for nominating me and Bonnie Brown for spending her time and effort on the application. The Lord has blessed me immensely in my life, bringing Marilila, my helpmate of 66 years, into my life. Mom is here as well tonight. He also blessed us with 3 children, 8 grandchildren, 2 great-grandchildren. In 1958, Dr. Mebane and Dr. Sinclair, who had established Cape Fear Memorial Hospital a few years earlier, recruited me to return to my hometown of Wilmington and open my practice. They were good men who mentored me. I worked alongside many talented physicians through the years at Cape Fear. Dr. Heber Johnson at Cape Fear and I both delivered babies for several years, and the nurses named the babies we delivered as either Johnson's Better Babies or Andrew's Angels. I'm a Johnson's Better baby, actually. After several years of combining family practice and obstetrics, Dr. Mebane advised me to drop obstetrics so that I could avoid burnout. The cardiology department at Cape Fear became my next venture. Through my years of family practice, I provided care to many unique individuals, such as one of his first patients was as an intern in the U.S. Navy. He was forced to treat Admiral Nimitz. He also treated, when he worked at UNC for a year, he treated Charlie Choo Choo Justice, who was arguably the most famous Carolina football player in history at UNC. He's also treated many famous Wilmingtonians, but several of them are still alive, so I won't read their names out. In case there's a compliance officer here tonight. Also treated one time a single mom who wanted to name her child after Dad. His middle name is Jackson. She says, "I'd like to name my child after your middle name. What does the J stand for?" He said, "Jehoshaphat." She said, "I'll call him something else. Thank you." One of his first patients, who was in her 80s, which is young now compared to Dad, he asked her what her most important medical advice was. Asked her what her secret to longevity was, and she just smiled and with a twinkle in her eye said, "Keep breathing, brother, keep breathing." So, Mom and Dad in their 90s, keep breathing, brother, keep breathing.